The following production is brought to you by the Talkin' Buds Leaf Show.
Here we go. Talkin' Buds Leaf Show, episode 295. On the one hand, you're headed back to Toronto. Game 5, a best of 3, tied 2-2 with the defending Stanley Cup champions. On the other hand, you look at these two games in Florida, and it's really hard to not think, man, you left these on the table. You look at game 3, that goes into overtime. They played well. Marchand gets a lucky one, and that's just the way it goes. And then you look at game 4, by far, Joe Woll's best performance since coming in relief of Anthony Stolarz. And you just, offensively, game 4 looked a lot like when the Leafs were struggling at times this year, and we would come on here and rant and rave about how they looked. Offensively, that's how they looked. It was no one and done in the ozone, unable to generate a cycle, unable to get in on the forecheck, and the Florida Panthers just played their game. And here we are. We're tied 2-2. So I'm starting this episode. Is the sky falling? Am I panicking? No, I'm not. Are there things we need to talk about today, specifically the performance of the two highest paid guys on the team? Yes, I think so. Your thoughts as we head back to Toronto for game 5?
Well, it's just one of those things where before the series, if you told me it was going to be 2-2 going back to Toronto, I'd have been like, you know what? I'll take it. It's not bad. You're playing the Cup champs. Not really a surprise. Could be a tough series. But then you look at game 1 and game 2, and I'm shocked the way this team created offense through and game 3, basically 3 games. And now you're kind of looking at it like this could have been a missed opportunity here. After game 3, I was pretty happy with their performance. And in a grand scheme of things, I thought they could have won that game. It was a tight game. They found their offense. They just didn't get the bounce. But then you come out and you watch what I thought was going to happen originally in this series in game 4, and you go, maybe a bit of a missed opportunity there, because I don't know if they're getting their mojo back and I witnessed what I saw offensively in game 4, then yes, I am a little worried.
Right off the bat, I think we should address this. Do you think Max Domi is going to get suspended for the hit on Barkov at the end of the game? There are so many tears being shed online last night and this morning about just what a dirty, awful, disgusting play that was from Max Domi against literally the greasiest, dirtiest team in the history of hockey. But all right, do you think Max Domi's going to get suspended?
I have no idea. And I'm so tired of dude, every day you turn on any show, they're talking about a hit. And it's just, I don't even know what's suspendable. I don't even know what not suspendable. I don't know. It was a bit of a dirty play, but I don't give a shit.
It was so dirty. It was so dirty, but it is. Listen, I have such a hard time shedding a tear.
I have no
for the Florida
sympathy for
Panthers.
these guys. They're all dicks.
Yeah, like the amount of elbows getting thrown around by Sam Bennett. Aaron Ekblad is literally out there. Aaron Ekblad and his roid rage is literally out there trying to injure people every single shift. Guy's the dirtiest hockey player I've ever seen in my life. So forgive me. Barkov also sprung right up. He was not injured on the play. Relax. Yeah. Listen, I think, should Max Domi receive a fine and a slap on the wrist? Sure. But give me a break. Like you didn't even consider suspending Sam Bennett for literally putting Anthony Stolarz out of the series in game 1. Now we're going to suspend Max Domi. He's the greasiest player of all time. Yeah. Shut up. It's ridiculous.
I have no problem with it. And I love the Barkov. I love how it's Barkov. I love how Hagel took a shot at Barkov in the first round. Obviously, I don't want to see people get hurt, but you're going to send a message to this team. That's the only guy you can really target who's not going to gouge your eyes out with a stick. So, yeah, it was a bit of a dirty play. Could he get suspended? I don't know. I'm so sick of talking about suspensions or listening to suspension talk. So I don't know. I don't know.
So let's just jump right into it, okay? The ire of Leafs Nation is pointed directly at two guys as we record this podcast this morning. I think, Ryan, it is up to us to have a nuanced conversation here. I think when you get into these things, you see it online, there's no nuance. It's black or white, and I don't think that's the case here. So let's start off with Auston Matthews and say the guy is injured. No one's disputing that. He's injured. I think everyone's sitting here saying, well, he needs to play through it. The guy didn't play through it all year. He had the worst year statistically of his career. As we've said a million times, and I feel like it's gotten to a place with him now where you have to caveat this. Yes, the defensive play is great. It's fantastic. He's playing a great 200-foot game. All that stuff, everybody's in agreement on that. However, I feel like we're coming back to the place where we often come back to with him, where it's, do you believe if Connor McDavid was dealing with an injury, he would be as ineffective offensively as Auston Matthews is currently being, Leon Draisaitl, all that stuff? And at the end of the day, that is the conversation that Auston Matthews is in when he's paid the money he's paid. So on the one hand, yes, he's hurt. No one's disputing that. But on the other hand, it's like, this team is not, I have a very, 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 very difficult time seeing the Leafs winning 2 of the next 3 games, let alone another series, let alone a Stanley Cup, if he's just going to be a complete non-factor offensively. And he's a non-factor offensively. Like, it's not like he's like has his looks and he's like, when he does get a shot, he sails it 20 feet over the net. His confidence is gone with in that respect. It's like, 2 things can be true here. The guy's hurt, but also you got to figure it out, dude. You have to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say how other players would perform if they were injured, because you don't really know what people are dealing with. Look, Matthew Tkachuk is honestly getting affected by his injury because he's really providing no huge offense either. So I get it, but this has been going on all year. We've been talking about this all year. I was talking about how he can't put a wrist shot in 6 months ago. Yeah. So, I mean, expecting it to turn around now is probably not going to happen. Like last night, that one play he had in tight, he tries to go glove. It's like, what do you, that's 5-hole all day for you, man. You could absolutely just put all your mustard into a nice 5-hole shot that close, nobody in front of you. And he goes for like a short side glove. You're right. The confidence looks like it's gone. It's gone in shooting situations.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. And he's really, that line didn't generate anything. Not that any line really generated anything, but yeah, I like we said a couple episodes ago, if you need a big goal in this series, it's probably not coming from Auston Matthews.
I think people's frustration too, though, is accumulation of the fact that even when he has been healthy in the past, he's not been a dominant force in the playoffs.
They threw up the graphic last night. What is he? 3 goals in his last 15? I can't remember if it was 15 or 19, but like that's
not good enough.
Like, even when he's healthy, it's just he has a hard time generating goals in the playoffs. It's just there's a lot of evidence to back that up, and it's a little concerning. And I mean, every time he gets the puck, I just pray that it goes in. But I think just honestly, the lack of confidence is evident in body language and some of the opportunities. Like, why would he shoot that? Like, I've seen this guy shoot the puck so many times. Why is he trying to go that tight on glove side? It's like, that is so unlike him. I don't. He's a little lost.
And then you look at his line mate, 0 shots in game 4. 0 shots. I think the book on Mitch Marner is the same thing we've always said. And I think you have to toe a line here with how you phrase this. So I'm going to do that right now. Mitch Marner is very uncomfortable when the games get very physical. Like it's the evidence is overwhelming that this guy does not like the rough stuff and he's not able to play through it. And I think when you've got the Florida Panthers running around, he took an elbow to the back of the head last night. They were targeting him. Bieksa showed it in the intermission. Like the Panthers know this, so they're purposely going out of their way to make him uncomfortable, and it's working. And again, people get angry because this is accumulation of years and years and years. And we don't need to go down this road today, but people have compared him and Mikko Rantanen over the years. And you look at the two of, it's not even close, man. In terms of like how one performs in the playoffs, it's not even close. And this guy, I just don't think Mitch Marner has it in him to fight through what he needs to fight through to perform the way Mikko Rantanen is performing in the playoffs. It's not, the evidence is overwhelming, man. Like, it's just, people can call me negative and you can come into the comments and you can defend Mitch Marner, and that's fine. He's a great hockey player. No one's saying otherwise, but it's just 0 shots, man. 0 shots in game 4 in the second round of a playoffs when this guy is going to look at you in a few weeks and say, I want 12 million. Like, I'm sorry. It's nowhere near good enough. And you cannot beat this team if you guys are going to be non-factors. Full stop.
I think after the season's over, I think management can all look at each other and be honest and go, the guy who plays for us in the regular season is just not the guy who plays for us in the playoffs. So when you're really debating if you want to bring this guy back or if you want to sign him to a big ticket, I think at least now, hopefully this series goes 7 games. Hopefully they can win this series and they get a bigger sample size. But I don't know, like if you replaced him with, I'm trying to think of another player, but say they replaced him with a guy they could get this offseason who wasn't an 100-point guy, but could chip in with like 60 or whatever. Like, is it really going to be that big of a difference? Like,
Ryan, the guy you're referring to is on the other wing on that line. Like you look at him and it's like, this guy is way more valuable when it counts than Mitch Marner is.
Yeah. And again, I'm looking at Sam Bennett, who's going to be a free agent this offseason. He's not going to be commanding $14 million. I'm sure it's going to be a bigger ticket, but you switch him and Marner. Yeah, you're losing like 40 points in the regular season. But I mean, in the playoffs, like, it's just Mitch Marner's just an ordinary guy out there. Like, he's just he's not going to do anything special like he does in the regular season. It's just not going to happen. So,
no,
I mean, it's a really honest conversation they could have, and hopefully they get a big enough sample size where they can just go, is it really worth it? Like, is it really worth it?
And not be afraid of, like, we don't need to get into this right now. They're still in a best of 2 out of 3 of the Stanley Cup champs. They played really well for 3 of these 4 games. It's not over.
It's just like anybody who's watching the playoffs, like, is anybody sitting at home right now going, after the performance of Mitch Marner so far in this playoffs, they 100% have to re-sign him? I don't think anybody's saying that. That's all I'm saying.
No, I completely agree. And again, the point we're trying to make here is, like, you look around the league and you look at Dallas and you look at the way a Rantanen is playing. It's just, you need your best players. You look at Edmonton, you look at the way McDavid and Draisaitl are playing. Like, you need your best players to step up for you. And that's not happening here. And it's just, it's 2 guys in Matthews and Marner who, if I've said it once, Ryan, I've said it 1,000 times. Offensively, they want to play a certain way. This is the number one thing that I have said in 7 years on this podcast. Offensively, they want to play a certain way. And if you prevent them from playing that way, they are unable to adjust and unable to, like, be effective. The NBA 82 game grind is done. And now the real fun begins. The NBA playoffs are here. And it's time for all the high-stakes drama, clutch moments, and jaw-dropping plays.
I can't wait. If you're looking to make the playoffs even more exciting, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered as an official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Try placing a bet on your favorite player's performance. Will they drop 30 points, 40, or more? It's your call.
Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ice.
The power play. Power play one is a fucking disgrace.
Yeah,
it's a disgrace. And enough is enough. It is a group of guys. I want to take, and again, I'm going to point at these two guys specifically. You could throw Willie in there too, but we'll not be as hard on Willie because he's performed in these playoffs significantly better than Matthews and Marner have. And then the other two guys just kind of stand in front of the net. But you're just refusing to do what you have to do to be effective. You're just going out there and it's like, we're gonna try and skill this puck into the net. You went on this rant 2 episodes ago, and I'm going to steal it from you and go on it now. It's fucking lollygagging all over the ice. It is zero intensity on the zone entries, zero intensity on the setup, zero intensity on zero authority with passing the puck around. Just it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. And Craig Berube at some point is going to have to say, and this is where I get scared because this organization's philosophy is, we're going to live and die with these guys. But at the end of the day, don't put them out there for the power. Don't put them out there. If you're not going to bring that intensity, you shouldn't be on the ice, period. I'm talking about those two guys specifically.
I am so fucking done with power play one and for this team. I've seen enough. It's not a 1-year sample size. It's not a 3-year sample size. It is a lot bigger than that. And one thing I've learned about this power play in the playoffs, it sucks. It sucks. It's so ineffective. They have to switch up that unit. It's a question of effort at this point. And talk about no confidence. That group has no confidence on the power play. They have no idea what they're doing. They gave up. What were the chances last night on the PK? On the Panthers PK versus the Leafs power play, 5-1. It was an absolute joke the way they played, and I'm so tired of it. They need to mix up that unit. They need to send a message because I've had it. It sucks. They're not a good power play. They're a bunch of really skilled dudes on the ice together, but they can't do anything. It's awful. It's almost a detriment to the momentum during the game. Even your goalie, I think Joe Woll loves facing 4 breakaways on shorthanded opportunities. It's an absolute joke. If you don't want to send a full message, then mix up the units. The one thing they need to do, they need to get off that 5-forward power play. It is a joke. Every single time Morgan Riley's been on the ice for the second unit, he's made something happen. He's put point shots on the net. That 5-forward power play is a joke. Mitch Marner can't run a power play at the top. I don't care how skilled he is. He can't. She's too afraid to shoot. He doesn't move the puck quick enough. There's just the lack of intensity going back into the zone and setting up, the drop passes, the loops around the back of the net. It's a joke. I've honestly had enough. I'm not watching it anymore. I texted you last night. They got on with the third power play, the second period, and go, I'm turning it off. Let me know when the second unit's on because I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm so tired of watching it. It's crap. It's garbage. They need to send a message to get the intensity level up because it's not even about, okay, if you got a bunch of great opportunities and you're not scoring, that's one thing. But when you're literally just getting outworked in all 3 zones with the man advantage, that's enough. Sit their ass on the bench or really mix up the 2 units because it's a joke. I'm not watching it anymore.
I've had a few epic rants in my day on this podcast. That might have been your best one ever. I've had it. It's not a good power play. It's not. No.
Don't give me any statistics from the regular season too. I don't want to hear that. So it's crap. It's garbage.
The reason why the Panthers are having success is the same reason that we talked about earlier with Matthews and Marner. The Panthers power play is so aggressive, and Matthews and Marner can't fucking handle it. Like, they can't fucking handle it. They cannot handle a red jersey in their face while they're trying to set up the perfect pass. Like, they can't fucking handle it.
No.
And so it's like, if you guys aren't gonna have some intensity, I'm sorry. I'm laying it at those two guys' feet. Like, it is on them. Like I said, we'll slice off a little bit of the pie and give it to Willie, the blame pie, with respect to the power play. Tavares,
throw Tavares. I would say Nylander is a little bit to blame. I would leave Nyes out of it. I'd blame Tavares a tiny bit, but the whole situation with Willie, Mitch, and Auston trying to gather possession and do the drop pass and do the thing behind the net, it's a joke. Like, it's. Like, all the turnovers they had last night were just strictly effort based, intensity. Like, they just got outworked and they're just out to lunch. Like, I don't get it. Why you?
It's bad. And Craig Berube needs to look again. I'd like to see him say, hey, we got to try things to try and win this series here. We got a shot to win this thing. But I worry about the organizational philosophy here, which is live by the sword, die by the sword with respect to the star players. And I really hope he's given the autonomy to switch these units up, because, it's not fucking working.
If you're someone in the organization worried about hurting somebody's feelings at this point, then you need to be fired.
Pack up your office. Pack up your office.
Get out of here. Because these guys at this point really do need a kick in the ass just to pick up the intensity. Like, you have to move your feet. You have to work to get the puck back. When you're setting up in your own zone, you have to have a little intensity. Start skating a little bit faster. Fire those passes with authority. Just everything's just blah, 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 blah. Like, it's just like everyone goes into zombie mode. It's like, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, I know. It's pretty fucking bad, man. It's pretty
awful.
Fucking bad. So, what needs to happen to get back to how they looked in the first 3 games now, heading back to game 5? Because I think the Florida Panthers are feeling really good right now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're wheeling in here on Wednesday night. They feel really good. The Leafs had them on their heels after games 1 and 2, and now they're right back. Series is tied. Matthew Tkachuk is John at William Nylander. Fucking Brad Marchand's dropping his gloves, swinging at Bobby McMann, who looks like he's hiding behind the official while that's happening. Bobby McMann stinks in these playoffs.
He's having a hard time.
So I don't know. Like, I'm going to ask you the question, and I know you're going to roll your eyes at me, but, like, do you make some sort of personnel switch here? Like, is there, do you look at bringing somebody else in? Do you try something different? Because I worry. You have to find a way to switch the momentum here. And it's unfortunate, but the reality of the situation is you have to look at how you're going to generate goals, because Matthews and Marner are not going to provide you with any. Like, that ship has sailed, and I'm not trying to be a dick when I say that. I think that is just accepting reality and just accepting the world that we're living in. These guys are not coming out on Wednesday and taking over the game and dominating. And anyone who's waiting for that, you need to take your rose-colored glasses off, because it's not happening. So do you look at potentially switching up the personnel? Do you look at, if Max Domi gets suspended, that's going to be a roster spot? Do you put Nick Robertson in? Do you that's going to move Scott Lawton up? I thought game 4 was the first time all playoffs that fourth line didn't really do much. And I'm not going to sit here and chirp them. The whole fucking team didn't do much.
No line did anything.
Yeah. So I think the thing you have to feel the best about right now is Joe Woll. I thought was fantastic in game 4, and he seems to be getting his feet under him and getting some confidence. Even in the loss, he has to come away from that feeling good about himself. He made some big saves. Stolarz isn't coming back anytime soon. So at least hopefully your goaltender's starting to get his feet under him. But yeah, if you're Berube, you kind of, what do you do?
Listen, the 3 of these 4 games, you would have taken their effort and their play all day long. So if you just bring the effort you brought in the first 3 games going forward, I don't think anyone's going to have a problem. I'll take my chances with that, because I think they've played really well. The one thing that is clear in this Stanley Cup playoffs is they need to get out to a good start. Because in both series, when they get out to a hot start and they're protecting a lead kind of for the whole game, that's when they're in the best situation. You come out last night, you're on the PK for 6 minutes, 4 power plays. Like they just could never get their feet back under them. And they just were never in that game. And they need that start that they've had in all the games they've basically won in these playoffs. So, I mean, you've played 3 out of 4 games that are really good. You can just be like, you just go back, you find that effort, and you just continue forward with it. Because I do think the way they were playing, they can beat this team. Yeah, like the sky is falling, but like we can't let that performance in Game 4 just like snowball. You just got to go back to the way you've been playing all playoffs, basically.
And you're right. If you take the context of Game 4 out of it, you're 2-2 and it headed to a best of 3 with the defending Stanley Cup champion. There was never a scenario where you're just going to walk through this team. I think based on the way they played in games 1 and 2 and jumped out to a 2-0 lead, we were all like, holy fuck, they could potentially do this. Maybe the Panthers are tired. The Florida Panthers are not fucking tired. The Florida Panthers are right there. You're going to have to beat them. I think some people today are getting a little ahead of themselves with the whole Bobrovsky is back to playoff Bobrovsky. The Leafs were fucking terrible last night.
What chances did he face last night?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly.
They didn't generate anything.
Exactly.
Anything.
So I'm not going to join that club of, Bobrovsky is back to being playoff Bobrovsky. No. You need to get back to quick breakouts, hard on the forecheck, beating the Panthers in the transition game, stopping them from establishing their game, which is their forecheck, and just like stop blowing the zone, everybody back, quick pass out, down the ice, get in on the forecheck, stop with the one and done. One thing that you have talked about every year on this pod, and you're so right, is your default settings thing. When this team faces adversity, that's what happens, especially with the Stars. They completely abandon forechecking and they just go into, give me the puck, I'm going to carry it over the blue line and try and stick handle it into the net, because that's what all these guys know to do. And that isn't going to work, fellas. That is not going to work.
No, they got out. They got caved for 60 minutes last night, man. Like they had nothing. They didn't generate anything, and they got out skated from the moment the puck dropped till the end of the game. And it's just like you can't let that snowball like that. You can't be on your heels for 60 minutes. You're going to be on your heels at some point during the game, but you got to find a way to get that quick breakout and have a good shift going the other way to get some momentum going. Because when that team just comes downhill on you and you just let them, you're not winning anything.
Yeah, 100%.
You're not winning anything.
No. Well, listen, best 2 of 3, headed back to Toronto. This is the farthest you've ever been. Yeah. It wasn't going to be easy. It was never going to be easy. Just the number one thing that you're not feeling great about is the performance of the 2 star players. And just, I don't see a scenario where these guys all of a sudden wake up on Wednesday morning and go, I'm going to take a game over. Like we said earlier, the evidence with Mitch Marner not liking physicality has been there for years. Auston Matthews is dealing with an injury that, as we said, has deeply affected his confidence and scoring touch. So, but listen, Game 6 against the Ottawa Senators, he was fantastic. So it's in there. It's just the version of Auston Matthews that we're waiting to see is not coming. He's banged up. It's not coming. We need to let that go. And he himself has to find a way to get to the net, bang something in, ratchet up the intensity on the power play, fucking pick up the effort, just that kind of stuff. That's what frustrates fans. No one, I think, is frustrated with it being 2-2 against the Florida Panthers. People are frustrated because it's like, come on, guys. Like, let's see some urgency. Let's see a sense of urgency. Let's see you get in there. Let's see you, like, knock a guy down. Let's see it. Mitch Marner, let's see you get a fucking shot on net. Something.
Do what you did for 3. I liked their game in Game 3. I don't like how they blew that game. I thought they should have. That was kind of a missed opportunity, but you just play the way you played in the first 3 games. You're giving yourself an opportunity to beat this team. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is just go back to what you did in the first 3 games, and you're going to be in this series, and you're going to have an opportunity to win. 100%. If you keep letting, the one thing that worries me about this series, though, is I think there's been a couple Florida Panthers that have been really sleepy I thought Bennett was really sleepy until he scored the goal last night. I think Kachuk is obviously hurt. He's sleepy. Reinhardt is absolutely invisible in this series. So it's just like, I hate how they're not taking advantage of some of those dudes not being at their best, but you have guys like Verhaeghe and Marchand just like doing whatever they want out there.
I know.
So I don't know. They're not firing on all cylinders, so I just don't want them to miss that opportunity, but they're still a good team. They're pretty stacked if you go down their lineup. You go through their lines, like they got a guy on every line who can like make an impact. So I don't know.
Yep. All right, buddy. Well, we're going to get out of here. We will be back after game 5 on Wednesday night. Following the game, we're going to do an actual post-game show for that one. So if you'd like to join us for that, hit the like and subscribe button below. As I say every week, thank you so much for all the new subscribers, all the comments and engagement on our videos. We greatly appreciate it. If you're listening to the audio version, do the same. Like, subscribe, review. It really helps us out.
Spread the word. Tell your friends.
We really appreciate it. We will see you guys after game 5.